Allison and Dave, how you guys doing?
Doing great.
Morning.
We have a running joke right before the show. A lot of times you will find out in radio or television that it's the show before the show or the show between the breaks. That's the actual show, but we can't show you how the sausage is made or we get kicked off the air. But we do have CJ Stubbs, who is a member of the show once he quits playing professional baseball, but we laugh every single time that we see his face come across in the credits. And Dave always says, it's for those of you who are old enough to remember, Chuck from Happy Days was the Cunningham's oldest son.
Oh, yeah, oldest son, basketball player.
And never
Always
said
had
anything.
a basketball in his hand.
Always had a basketball in his hand, always dribbled, never said anything. And then Chuck was there one day, and then Chuck was gone.
For the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Gone.
Tragic blimp accident over the Orange Bowl. Who knows? All right, given the opportunity, you two, put you on the spot right off the bat. Are you buying season seats for your favorite football team, or are you saying, forget that, I'm staying home?
Okay, I'll go first. Here's the deal for me. I always love the idea of buying season seats. Like, we're really excited about the NFL season getting going.
Oh, yeah.
And how exciting it is. I wouldn't buy season seats right now, not only for an NFL team, but for any sports team. I wouldn't. Right now I'm to the point where it's more fun at home because I get different camera angles. I can do more with my day.
Yeah.
My day literally starts now when kickoff goes and ends when its game's over. I don't have to worry about the whole process of an 8, 10, 12-hour day. Also, especially with the NFL, Mikey, you've covered the NFL for a number of years. The game is better on TV. Now, if we're a bunch of friends, that's a maybe once, twice a year thing to me.
Yeah.
But to sit there and say I'm going to invest in 8, 9 games a year at home, that's a lot of games. Plus, you're missing out on what the announcers say. We're all diehard fans. I know the people watching, diehard fans. So you want to get as much information as possible, not wondering, hey, I wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
Allison, what about you? You going or you staying home?
I mean, I think it's fun. I do think it's a fun experience to go once or twice a year to a game. Would I do season tickets? Probably not. I used to go to almost every Charger game when they were in San Diego, but I just don't think that experience is something I want as much anymore. Like, right along with what you were saying.
Even with SoFi Stadium being the quote-unquote palace that it is?
Yeah, no, thank you. But I think it takes up your whole day, first of all. It's very expensive when you add in parking and tailgating and all of those things. I really like seeing replays.
Sure.
I really do enjoy, because it might sound unusual, but I like the breakdown of the game. So I like hearing the analysis, and especially with certain broadcasters, and I like to see the replay, so an explanation about what I'm seeing. Those are things you don't get.
Let's be honest, the bathroom situation is terrible too.
Okay, well, it's really funny.
And the snacks are cheaper at home.
You know, it's amazing because Dave and Allison, that's what it boils down to. A lot of people are like, the bathrooms are disgusting.
Yep.
Even if it's a brand new stadium, the food is so incredibly overpriced. And then it really is the time suck as far as your day is concerned. When the Raiders opened up Allegiant Stadium a number of years ago in Las Vegas, I seriously gave some thought to buying season seats. I wanted to be there for the first season, but I do a number of games on the sidelines for Westwood One NFL Radio, and a lot of them are at Allegiant Stadium. So my thought was like, well, I get to go to the games, a couple games out of the year, marquee games, Sunday night or Monday night, for free. Why am I going to invest in tickets for Allegiant Stadium? The reason we're talking season seats and whether you're going to buy them or not is that the NFL's put out the average ticket price for seats at NFL games coming up here in 2025, and there are my Raiders, and that I believe is the median ticket price $243. And you look at that top row. You got a Super Bowl winner. You got a Super Bowl winner, 49ers, Bears, Packers, and the Bills. So, and then you look at the next level, the price gets a little better and then down and down. And if you're a fan of these teams, you have to start asking yourself, well, is this team they're going to give me something to watch?
Yes.
Or am I going to just be sitting there frustrated, pulling my teeth out, watching a team that I know has zero chance of getting to the Super Bowl?
You know, look at the Bengals right there at the top. So the Bengals obviously are one of the most expensive seats going, yet they will not pay their players. I mean, how frustrating is that as a fan to know where you rank as a fan going, wait, I'm investing as a fan into this team. We know how much money they get from the TV deal. They have the money to make payroll, but yet the Bengals hold on to everything known as one of the cheapest organizations, yet they stick to the fans and really not a major city.
You can't. I have tried, and I wonder. I wonder if the NFL internally still thinks in terms of, okay, how can we beat the home experience? How can we make it so that people are like, I've got to be there?
Well, they've added a lot of things like concerts.
Yeah.
I mean, big musical acts go and it's not just Thanksgiving Day game anymore. Now they have all these Christmas Day games and these. Every game, there's good musical acts and a lot of them. So they're trying to make it a full entertainment experience. Sports, music, all the things, great, better food choices.
Right.
They're definitely trying, but I still think too. One thing about going to a game is I think then you don't know what's going on in any of the other games that day, and that interests me. I want to know. I'm not a big red zone person because it's like ADD, too many things happening and changing too fast. But I do like knowing what's going on or being able to change the channel or whatever my game is and then knowing what's going on.
Fantasy teams.
Yeah, right. With fantasy, that's the huge another angle to it.
As Dave mentioned, both of us actually have covered, and Allison, you as well. We've covered NFL teams in our radio and television careers. And there was at a time where I was hosting a 2-hour fantasy show before the game. So I had to be down at the stadium at home games by 8 o'clock to go from 8 to 10. And then I had that 3-hour gap from 10 to 1 or 1:15 kickoff, whatever it was. And I normally, that was enough time to get up to the press box, get my notes, talk with some people up there. And then I normally was down on the field about an hour and a half before the game started, because you can still walk the field, you can talk to anybody you want, getting notes and stuff like that. And then the game would go for 3.5 hours. And by the time I was out of there, it was 5 o'clock at night or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And looking back now, I was saying that was a 9-10 hour day.
Sure.
Now you're doing something that you love, and you love being there. And there's nothing better than I love being down on the football field. But even with that, me being lucky enough to do that, I knew that most of my friends, and I was missing awesome parties at someone's house that day because everybody would take a turn and like host a mini Super Bowl. And I think that's really what it's become to the home viewers now, is they treat every Sunday or even Monday nights or Thursday nights as let's have the tailgate in our front driveway, and let's just push it into the house when the game starts, and we'll go from there. And to me, that's why the NFL in-stadium experience will never be able to top what we got.
And we all have friends now where televisions are so inexpensive, where we all have a friend whose backyard has 8 TVs, big TVs, right?
Yeah,
you have all
good
the games
TVs
on,
now,
right?
And float in the pool and then the ball while you're watching.
Yeah, the food is outstanding, right?
So true.
And you have the 8 TVs, the bathrooms are now accessible, and when the game's over, you want to go home at any time, you can do that. I hate to say it, the NFL product is so good on television, it really makes it hard to say, why would I invest in season seats?
But having said all of these reasons,
a
lot of these stadiums are sold out. I mean, they really are.
And it raises the question: who's going to the game? Is somebody taking out a second mortgage? We'll use the Raiders as an example. $243 median price of a ticket. You save a couple of tickets, you can go buy that big, beautiful, cheap TV that's quality and stay home, and you'll have money to buy the snacks and stuff like that.
The one place I would buy season tickets to, if I lived in Buffalo, New York, I would buy season seats to see the Bills, because it's the only game in town. Right? As Sam Rutigliano, the old Browns coach, used to say, it's not the end of the world, but you can see it from Buffalo. It is the only thing to do in Buffalo.
But what about in December when it's a blizzard?
You know what? I'm all for a good party. I'm in.
Oh my God. So Dave's right. We eagerly await the 2025 season, whether we're going to be at the games or watching from home. Speaking of, call your bookie right now. We're going to tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl this season. Who's going to the Super Bowl this season? As Offside Sports rolls on. Keep it here.